the final frontier and nobody to share the experience with. People get lonely even in the strangest places. You've got to have somebody to talk to. Call 1-976-TEEN. For 88 cents per minute, you can talk with up to 8 other interesting people. 1-976-TEEN. It's fun and exciting, so don't miss out on the adventure. Call now. It's out of this world.
We open at the Max, and Zack is dreaming of swimming in riches again. And well, if he can dream it, then he can do it.
You know, every person in here made a fortune before they were 20. And you know what they have in common with me?
Nothing. That's why you're not in there.
He was fumbling through sections of Making Money magazine when he stumbles onto yet another get-rich scheme. Opening up your own 900 number.
Big ideas. And big ideas make big money.
Hey, last time you had a big idea, I wound up with my tongue stuck to a moving airplane.
Is your name Beavis and Butthead?
Famous means wealthy. And wealthy means... I just found our gimmick. The Lisa line.
Let's not be too hasty. 1-900 numbers weren't always reserved for sex lines and psychics. Before the rise of the internet, they were merely a way of transmitting information. For a joke of the day, Mean Gene Okerlund's World Championship Wrestling Hotline, the Two Corys Hotline, Paula Abdul's Hotline, and yes, at one point, there were so many Warren fans that they had a paid phone line, and now the singer is dead. Karma can be a bitch when you want to become a quick rich bitch.
What are you talking about?
So what route does Zack follow? Well, he pretty much follows the plan of the other miscreants of South Park, beginning with Step 1. Open a 900 number. Step 2. And Step 3. ABC. Always be closing. And always be making cash money, yo.
You're just as good as Dear Donna.
You really think so?
Yeah, and Dear Donna's famous. Famous means wealthy.
Things start out quite innocently when their interest in a 900 number theme is piqued when they see Jesse reading a Dear Donna relationship advice column, and add to the fact that Lisa has really been honing her skills in giving that very same relationship advice in which our wildly scheming coyote Zack formulates his Looney Tunes plan.
I wait for him to call. I mean, if she likes the guy, she should ask him out.
That's exactly what Dear Donna said. That's amazing. Lisa and Dear Donna always give the same advice.
His idea is to turn the Lisa line into a relationship dating advice hotline, but he only reveals it in his inner monologue rather than spill the beans to Lisa, who is sitting right next to him, because we need to draw out his already best laid plans even further. While this is going on, Jesse and Slater are fighting like tomcats, same old lovers spat from their previous episodes, but this time the writers have a use for their honeymooners style relationship that will be laid out in the subplot.
Well, who cares about her? I'm hungry.
And Kelly arrives with her little sister Nikki, who makes her first and last appearance on this episode.
Hey, you're not only cute, but smart. I love this kid.
First off, let's give a round of applause to Kelly for her shortest month to Paris. Everybody! Zack takes a liking to his girlfriend's 13-year-old sister.
Hey, you're not only cute, but smart. I love this kid.
Zack, please refrain from ordering off the kids' menu.
Hi, Zack. Think quick.
Apparently they have grown close after Zack has been teaching Nikki how to pitch in baseball. A skill, a talent we never knew he possessed until now, because we always thought Slater was the jock.
I owe it all to you, Zack. You taught me how to throw that great curve.
You sure have lots of hidden talents, don't you, Zacky boy?
You're terrific.
We then transition into a Cinderella ripoff Pink Fantasy with Nikki as Cinderella, and Jessie, Lisa, and Kelly as the evil stepsisters.
I just know the prince is going to pick me.
Dream on, girl. The prince will pick me. After all, I am a princess.
Forget it. I've got the hottest moves in town.
And the Max is their home. Apparently the producers didn't want to spring for the Kapowski home set, so they'll have to settle for White Castle instead. What follows is the reason why it took so long to take even Vanilla Ice seriously.
All right, for the dude you've been waiting to see. Here comes the Prince, Zachary.
Dear friggin' God, and even Eminem raps faster than my internet connection.
Uptown, downtown, and I still
Seeker,
rapping all day, and I'm getting
Rigger.
If this isn't a time capsule of white people trying to imitate the hip-hop community, then I don't know what is.
You can take the key, cause my girly girl will fit.
The Gold Seeker.
It's just too painful to watch as DJ Zack and the Quack Attack rap about some nursery rhymes.
Sorry, Prince Zack. Time to retreat. All of these ladies have fat feet.
So you're a white rapper from the suburbs of Orange County, California. Enough said.
Before I go, won't you try on the shoe? Because you never know, it might fit you!
That's some fucking street cred there. The Zack man is looking for the perfect toe to match the golden Nikes. It's Nikki, Little Miss 13-year-old.
Oh, Prince Zack, you're my dream come true. I love you so.
And I love you too.
And so they embrace and live happily ever after. Incarceration on charges of solicitation of a minor, grooming, bearing gifts, and out of everything holy in the music world, cultural misappropriation. This almost sounds like Jerry Seinfeld. The wheels of scheme are in motion back at Zack headquarters as he employs Screech for no other obvious reason other than Zack's the brawn, Screech is the brain. Let's rejoice and make lots of money at $2 a minute.
What do you think we're gonna make off this?
I don't know. Let's see. It's about $2 a call, 5 hours a day, and 7 days a week. And oh wow.
Sorry, 900 number operations don't work like that. To operate at a profitable level, Zack would have to employ people to be around the clock to field calls anytime, day and night.
How can you think of money when the well-being of your fellow students is at stake?
Plus, you have to take into account advertising expenses that come into play, and someone with Zack's budget would have to advertise late at night to even afford the cheap rates.
Get real.
Wow! How do you find all the time to be delinquent? So do you think Zack will be bigger than US Steel? Lisa enters and Zack briefs her in on the master plan, but not before she lays out her demands, which is half of the Teen Line's profits. That's reasonable. We're listening.
Deal. But no more free advice at school and no one can know we're doing this.
Consider a scenario that what if one of Lisa's fashionista friends runs into relationship problems and just so happens stumbles onto the Teen Line that you graciously plaster the Hall of Bayside with. What are you going to tell her to do? Sorry, I can't give you advice, but please call this number that I'm not a part of and get your advice through the lady that does not sound like me.
Teen Line? I would never call one of those.
Yeah, it'd be like asking love advice from someone who knows nothing about the subject.
I know.
Don't you just love the fact that the Teen Line never really advertises the number people are supposed to call, so there is no way to trace the illegal activity to its resident scam artist?
Hey baby, I haven't had any complaints in the love department.
You haven't had any shoppers either.
So how are they supposed to get the number? Word of mouth? Secret passwords? Hand signals? Secret handshake? Oh, help a brother out. The predictable relationship subplot resumes as Jessie is angry because she had a great time at the prom with Slater, but he isn't bothering to return the favor or even give her the benefit of the doubt for a second date.
Yeah, well, so did I.
You never called.
Well, why should I call?
Remember, you walked me home.
Then again, in Slater's position, it's a little hard to carry on a relationship with a feminist who insists on doing everything herself.
So?
She would rather go against her character to give the story some spice.
So do you want to go out Saturday night?
Maybe.
Maybe? What the hell is maybe?
Maybe? Maybe your blow dryer blew your brains out.
Teen Line kicks off its first night where 3 phone lines are stationed. One for Lisa, Zack, and Screech. So this is how we get rich within the confines of the Saved by the Bell universe, huh? Well, Zack, if you can master the art of transferring your mind to your bank account, then we'll talk. Zack answers with his bad Crocodile Dundee Australian accent, whom goes by the pseudonym Nitro.
Team Line, this is Nitro. What's your problem, mate?
Teen Line, this is Nitro.
Team Line, this is Nitro. What's your problem, mate?
Again, we apologize to Australia for its poor representation of your fine nation, your wonderful chain of Outback Steakhouses and Foster's. Those are both fucking disgusting. I may not know how to speak Australian, but I know Foster's is Australian for beer.
Beer. Foster's, Australian for beer.
Foster's, Australian for beer. If you're holding a cold Foster's, hoist your glass and let's have a toast that Wily Wallaby kicks Zack Morris in the face. Booyah! Zack's first customer of the day is Moose, who's holding a pigskin in his hand to inform us he's not the brightest bulb we met before.
My girl's upset with me because she thinks I'm not smart like her. I ain't no dummy.
He likes a girl, but he feels she doesn't feel the same way because I'm quite sure she is quite aware as to how much of a dumb ox you are.
This guy wants his girlfriend to appreciate the mind he doesn't have.
Lisa's suggestion, write a poem.
Huh. Is that one of those things where the words rhyme?
How cute.
Yeah.
I love you. In that place between football and sleep.
I could do that. Thanks, Nitro.
Lisa receives a call and it just so happens to be Moose's crush, Louise. Louise is at a crossroads of whether she should pursue Moose, and Lisa just prefers you mock him for his name because that's amusing enough to be called romantic.
Why not? You could always hang your coat on his antlers.
As the night progresses, the phone line is off to the races as Zack gets Nikki on the other line. Nikki confesses she likes this other guy, whom just so happens to be dating someone she's really close to and doesn't know what to do.
All's fair in true love and war. Go for it.
You're right, Nitro.
I'm guessing Zack's vocal recognition chip wasn't firmly intact and can't hear the obvious caller right in front of his nose.
All's fair in true love and war.
Team Line.
So the next day, Nikki arrives, revealing all of her jailbait self. If she is 13, that would theoretically place her in either 7th or 8th grade at a middle school. The little birdie is telling me just how in the hell is she attending high school? You gotta love Bayside's open door policy to anything illicit and illegal. Last week, it was the creepy pedo photographer, and now an obsessed prepubescent.
Zack, I really, really want to be your girlfriend.
It must run in the family, for Nikki puts the moves to Zack as he just stands there as he's lost in his train of thought of consciousness until his brain fart kicks in to reveal that maybe his advice is immorally wrong. Nikki is not taking no for an answer until she receives her kiss from Zack.
No, Nikki, you've gotten some bad advice.
Okay, I'll go. But not before I get a goodbye kiss.
And instead of revealing his true feelings for her like civilized folk, he stuffs Nikki in his locker.
Kiss? Why don't you wait in here? Go.
As Kelly reveals how her sister is growing into a young woman with her first crush.
Oh, I believe it, all right.
Oh great, now they have sex to bond over now.
Oh, I believe it, all right.
Kelly exits, and Zack lets Nikki play along, planting a quick peck on her cheek, thinking he's told her off, but to Jesse's eyes, she's witnessing child luring right before his very eyes.
What a slime ball.
The next night, the teen line is experiencing a low volume of calls for Lisa magically wish their problems away because, after all, 900 numbers are only accessible by a certain number of people in a certain geographic place at a certain time. Yeah, tell that to the adult industry hotlines.
Ring. Come on, ring. Please ring.
So Zack therefore reaches the conclusion that the only way to stay in business is to dish out bad advice, so he fires his one and only valued employee.
Ooh, Zack, Teen Line's a hit. Lisa solved everyone's problems.
Great job, Lisa.
Thank you.
You're fired.
That's not like a boss, that's like a dumbass.
But I'm not leaving till I get paid.
Why should I pay you?
Because if you don't, I'll tell everyone you're behind the teen line.
With Lisa gone, Zack takes full reins as Slater calls in Zack and tells her to get rid of that dumb Las Vegas hooker who said maybe.
Hey, get rid of her.
Yeah, I will. Thanks, Nitro.
Back at the Max, Kelly is in full disbelief that Nikki would even conceive the thought of dating Zack.
Zach's going out with my sister Nikki? Get serious. I am serious. I saw them the other day acting very...
Well, congratulations to that My Little Pony whom has more vaginal fortitude than the rest of her Cabbage Patch middle school class, whom think is okay to date someone almost at legal voting age.
Well, of course they're acting friendly, silly. They're friends.
Slater enters and breaks off the date with Jessie, which enrages her to no end that she runs a few laps out the door and around the street.
About our date Saturday night?
Yes?
Well, forget it. It's off.
Hey, Jesse, don't be so upset.
Breaking up can sure burn some calories.
Call the teen line.
Zack calls up the date with Kelly because he has a moral obligation to get back on the straight and narrow.
Y'all see you tonight?
Tonight? No, I can't. I mean, I've got something going. I'll call you tomorrow.
Which leads her to believe that Jessie was right all along in the next Saved by the Bell spinoff, So I'm Dating a Sex Predator. Louise enters to show Zack and Screech the love poem for Moose titled The Birds and the Bees Don't Compare to Your Knees, Louise.
I've always loved that poem.
Yeah, that's some hot romantic shit right there.
What? You mean that's not a Moosey original?
Next time, focus on a more attractive body part. Not one associating with backstabbing.
Louise, you like my poem?
So that they can catch up. Get it? Catch up? Hey, we're all about making conflict out of condiments here.
Yes?
We enter another round of Teen Line as Kelly calls in as her suspicions arise that Zack is dating Nikki, and rather than doing the honorable thing and revealing who's really behind the Teen Line and ending it there, he decides to prolong this nonsense.
I think my boyfriend's dating my kid's sister.
Don't do anything. Hold on.
Because the NBC writers fucking love prolonging this conflict that can be resolved with a simple explanation and admission of guilt.
Nikki's got a crush on me, and Kelly's on the line, and she thinks I'm dating Nikki. What do?
I'm sorry, you must have the wrong Lisa. This is the one you fired.
Zack places an emergency phone call to Lisa and begs to bring her back on, but she will only get back on if she can take him for all he's worth.
All right, Lisa, you win. Now Nikki's on the line too. Could you help?
Calm down, Zack.
In life, the most important thing is not knowing everything, but having the phone number of somebody who does.
Just be honest with Kelly.
And what about Nikki?
Well, she's young and vulnerable. Let her down gently.
It's easier said than done when he mixed up the phone lines.
Sounds like the guy's really hanging up on your sister, and you'd be much better off with someone else. Hi, it's Zack. Look, I'm the one running the teen line, and you're the only Kapowski I care about. But don't tell your sister. You should let her down gently.
So without a prayer left in his body, he is forced to put the phones down and re-enter society.
Don't worry, Zack. I won't tell Kelly.
Nikki?
Back at school, the Magic Mike art tour as Moose Slater and a random extra stand before them.
I thought you said models, not pigs.
I swear, if they strip or pin Macho on the man, I'm done. So we are saved from the full Monty as everyone channels their inner disgust of one another as we have a blast from sitcoms past of Good Morning Miss Bliss with a random silly string fight as Mr. Belding comes to put a cork in the situation.
This is madness!
Yes, and madness leads to greatness. Dare to be great!
They're all brought in in front of Mr. Belding's room, and rather than investigate to the root causes of the matter, and rather than blame it on the crazy-ass art teacher, he blames it on the students, namely Team Line.
Please tell me what's going on here.
Ask Brillowhead, he started it.
Well, Brillowhead.
I'm glad Teen Line told me to stay away from you.
What? They told me to ask you out.
Mr. Belding channels his inner Columbo detective skills and comes to a conclusion that it was indeed Zack Morris and Screech Powers behind the line.
Wait a minute. Who else called this Teen Line?
Oh, well, like, we didn't need advice, you know, because we're, like, totally together dudes.
For they were the only ones who were on record for having no record.
All right, everyone can leave. Except for the spotlessly clean, like, totally together dudes.
All hail Judge Belding, Justice of the Supreme Court.
You're both behind this Teen Line, aren't you?
You can't prove that, sir.
Yeah, and even if you could, they didn't have to listen to us.
So he forces upon Zack an ultimatum. Either cleanse the school of his misdeeds, or there will be plenty of detention spankings to go around.
My school will be a happy school by noon tomorrow, or else.
Zack finds Lisa and asks upon her one more favor to help set the school straight.
Can the sweet talker giving me is it?
Her advice for Kelly and Nikki? Make Nikki think that Zack is dumb and socially awkward as Urkel.
You think he can be that smooth?
By now, Lisa has patched up all of Bayside until her upcoming main event with Morris Love Triangle. Kelly's plan? Dress up like Dolly Parton and take her to the max to spy on Morris and Nikki.
Lisa, are you sure I have to dress like this?
Yes. Yes, her hair is big, unlike your titties. Sorry.
Bye.
In this scene, Zack is dorked to the nines in Screech's Love Me and Hate Me Fall collection.
Wine grape soda? 3 straws, missy.
Zack attempted to scare Nikki off with Screech's spiders and worms and every other creepy crawly that he can make. All the women on Earth possess the same phobias.
Aww.
It backfires as Nikki insists on Zack taking her to the insect rodeo.
Hey, do you like worms?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Then I guess you know about the insect rodeo this weekend.
Yeah, I've got front row seats.
Fuck, I'd like to go to the insect rodeo.
This isn't working.
So, that's ants and cowboy hats, riding grasshoppers, and roping centipedes? Cool.
Oh yeah.
Tell me, how does that work exactly? She is irate and slams him as an idiot who couldn't have the guts to tell off a 13-year-old. Really? To avoid a lifelong servitude to the sex offender registry.
That is so immature.
Yeah, that makes him lame. Kelly then overhears the conversation and enters in to lick his wounds, but yet even she can't be oblivious to the fact that if he just told the truth, he could have avoided this whole scam.
I saw you with the little girl and I like your style.
Zack plays dumb and pretends he knows nothing about this.
Well, I'd like to, miss, but I've got a great girlfriend.
In her monologue, he tells us he knows it's her. Moral of the story: role-playing, keep it fresh, but only in the minor leagues. Leave the minors to their tinker toys.
And I'm a one-woman guy.